Hello, and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we talk all things random and gaming, and any other random things that are interesting us. I'm TBSliver, and I'm joined today by CaedesEnder.
Good evening.
And Kremlik.
Hello.
Hello. How are we all doing this evening?
Yeah, not bad. I may, as I've mentioned to the others, I may have to occasionally dip during this because I am technically working.
Don't tell to work.
So I may have to vanish briefly, but hopefully not.
Yes. We would be joined by Sarin, but unfortunately he's ill today and yesterday. So all the best wishes, Sarin, if you're watching. Hope you get better soon, bud. We miss you already.
So we've got the broken streamer Sarin. We've got the recovering streamer Kremlik. We've got the partially absent streamer Caedes. What's your malfunction?
I didn't stream yesterday because I was at the pub.
Tut. You dirty for alcoholic, you.
Yep. Honestly, like I went with colleagues, which is more than I could say for the last place. I'll be honest. To just like a drink after work, because there's a pub. There's like a pub literally in the building. In fact, there's two. And there's two down the road, so we went to one down the road because it's one that they're regularly at, and it was just like, oh yeah, we'll be there for like, I'll go for a pint, and one pint turned into another, and then another, and then it was 10 p.m.
And your moderator's going, where the fuck is he?
Yeah, pretty much.
He said he's going to turn up, and we're going to be a bit late. And a bit later, he didn't show up. We found out he's on the train.
Yeah.
This is how the admin stuff gets treated, by the way, chat. The admin stuff being me, yeah.
Look, you're just lucky that Sarin's ill, otherwise you wouldn't have even been let out of the basement.
Hey, it's not a basement, it's an electrified fence. Is it right? I'm a feelings mod.
I mean, we say we've locked him in. It's just a child gate. You can't get it open.
I can bet it's a tool of time. That's how it is.
Yep. Oh dear. But yes. No, it's new work stuff anyway. I must say that, like, I am enjoying where I'm working now much more than I was at the last place. I ran into my friend from the previous place when I was on the way home today as well. I was just like, oh, okay. So yeah, I need to go for lunch with him at some point because he works in the same building. So yeah, he's been out of the previous employer for an extra 4 or 5 months, so he knows a few more of the good areas for lunch.
I got a few places they can recommend you that.
Very many places. There are so many good places to eat though. It's central Manchester at lunchtime. I have a choice from 4 Thai places on their own.
There's a good ramen place next to the park as well.
Yeah. The ramen place. I was going to go on my first day. It was closed because the kitchen was getting refurbished, and then we went to the other ramen place, and that was closed because it's closed Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, so I must have gone just after the refurbished kitchen then.
Yeah, probably.
It's really nice in there.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very, very well rated. Yeah, there's a few very nice food places in Manchester there. I've been for Thai food. I've been for Greek food. I've been for Spanish tapas. There's a really good burrito bar in the Arndale Market that's been there since the last time I was in Manchester majorly. That is still there and now does even more good food. It's just. I'm never gonna be skinny.
Well, speaking of Manchester, should we mention what's happening on Saturday, or what many of us can't turn up to on Saturday?
Oh yeah, yes. On Saturday, on Saturday, it is Twitch Manchester, and out of all of Broken Respawn, I'm the only one that can manage to get there. Really.
Train strikes, I hate you, but yeah, they need to happen. But yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're working, Caedes, at least.
No, actually, as of 7 a.m., I will be off for a month. but my car is still in the garage, so I can't make it.
Shit.
I've intentionally kept kind of quiet about it as much as I can, because if the car was ready, I was just going to turn up and not tell anyone. I did RSVP, but didn't tell anybody it was me.
Fair enough.
Well, makes you turn up at my house going, who the fuck's this?
Yeah. That was the plan.
Get in the car.
But they've had my car for literally a month now, so I just cannot make it.
Any news on? I hope there's.
Yes, I
news
phoned
on
them
that?
today. They said they were waiting for approval from the garage who I bought it from, because it's a warranty repair. So I straight away phoned the garage and said you need to let them know. So hopefully, final work starts on it tomorrow.
Awesome. So you could have it in time, but it might be a let's not risk it.
It's good. I'm not doing a drive to Manchester as my first drive after checking it out, see if it's working. Not
Yes. No, that's fair. That's fair. No. Well, never mind. There will always be another.
Yes,
Well,
the next one for sure.
There's the event next month, isn't there?
That's it.
If I was reading Caedes correctly.
Oh yeah, there's format. GG.
Format, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
which
what
is
it is, yeah.
the downside for that is for majority of people it's on a Thursday night. Which is problematic for people that work 9 to 5. Yeah, it's fine for me. I now work in the city centre, so I'm just going to finish work, leave my bag at work, and walk there. You know, it ain't gonna no skin off my nose, and I've got a free ticket via Grassomaniac. Thank you, bud. To get in there, it's basically it's in a pub, in a bar.
Oh,
Club.
Chicago.
Yeah.
A gaming meetup that involves the pub.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's across 3 floors, so they've got like a nice pub bar area on the main floor, on the ground floor, and then in the basement they've got a club area which is normally full of it's got loud music on, it's got the stage running, it's got and that's where a lot of the Team 17 were there last time showing off one of their games, as well as a lot of other little cubicles of other games showing off. I can't remember what the names of the games were because I couldn't think straight because it was loud.
You're a bad streamer.
Yeah, because I'm a bad streamer. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, and then upstairs there was a couple of cozy games. I think this time round there's a content creator lounge on the top floor, which might make a bit more sense because it was very quiet upstairs because not many people knew it was up there. But otherwise, it's mainly a social gathering for people to, for gamers and stuff to get seen and meet up with each other. So should be interesting. But it's a Thursday night, which makes it really difficult for anybody that works normal hours. Oh well.
Yeah, it's not ideal. We've been saying for a while we're going to have to do something. Just Broken Respawn, get as many as we can over together, kind of thing. At some point, do a centralized meetup. Yeah,
I mean we had a sort of unofficial first attempt at that when Droid was last over, and Droid, Roger, myself, and Krem all went for good food, and then played in Pixel Bar for an hour or two. It was great. So we'll definitely have to organise that sort of thing. To be honest, Arcade Club for a specific day trip actually sounds like a plan, because apart from the door tax, which is I think 17 quid.
Yeah,
something
for
like
20
that.
quid for the day or something. If you go after 2 o'clock or something, it's even cheaper. So
Hang on, we got a question in chat. Can we do Manchester on the 9th?
Well, that's specifically for another member of chat. So yeah, which I think.
Can I do Manchester on the 9th? I mean, if my car's working, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a Monday.
I guess I literally finish work at 7 a.m. and then I'm not back in for 24 days. I don't give a shit.
All are welcome. Oh yeah, no, it's more. Yeah, it's more on the fact of, yeah, Droid is back in town again because we can't keep him out of Manchester. It seems.
He just appears and hey, dude.
Appears towering over everybody. Very tall guy.
Yeah, just to let people know while it's in the air, no short play this month.
Oh yeah. There's no short play on Saturday. I will be playing all the games. I was thinking about setting up a remote streaming setup for Saturday, but the problem is the battery life on my phone is now measured in hours rather than days.
Yeah, that's why you do the smart thing and then do the stupid thing at the same time, and buy a new phone, and then immediately buy Samsung afterwards.
I don't get paid till tomorrow.
So I have no money. Well, I have money, but I have no budget anymore.
As this is a gaming podcast, that's not a bad segue into one of my first bits of news of the week, which is you can now stream directly from Ray-Bans.
Where?
There is a new type of
sunglasses.
Ray-Ban sunglasses, the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses, which will turn us all into IRL streamers. Admittedly, it's only Meta at the moment by the look of things. There's no confirmation, but it's expected just to be Meta or Instagram. But this is a pair of glasses designed for IRL streams. Yeah, that showed you all, didn't it? Nobody saw that on today's bingo.
No.
I mean, they look like the glasses that, like the old Snapchat glasses. Anyone remember those?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's basically
sort of
going to
style.
be Google Glass that look fancier, essentially.
Yeah, but it depends if they've only got the camera in or if it's got like a screen on the inside. If they've got a screen on the inside, I'm very interested because I'm after just something of that ilk myself. But that's, well, I mean, someone was going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, this is a conversation I've had with a mate plenty of times. Google Glass was the right thing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
If it had dropped a decade later, if Google Glass was announced for the first time in let's say just after COVID, so 2022 end of, they'd have made bank. They'd have made absolute bank. Because I would have a pair. Absolutely no problem with that.
Yep.
So useful.
I'm literally after it for like just for what I used my smartwatch for when I used to have one, which was just for music, for keeping an eye on what my music was, getting notifications. That's all I used it for.
Yeah.
Like I used it instead of my ringtone because it was and the best bit about it was inobtrusive because as well, look at quickly, like unless you're in a long running meeting, checking your watch quickly, like just glancing at your watch is not actually that bad rather than pulling out your phone and checking a notification. Like in terms of rudeness.
Yeah. Well, again, AR is generally useful for disabled people as well.
Yeah.
Please see to the table, people. We kind of need like the virtual shit so we can see what they're doing.
Yeah. And I've always had this argument that if we focused harder on augmented reality instead of virtual reality, we could easily do a lot more with it. You know, a literal heads up for driving. You can see if a car, if every single driver had it, you could see if a car was coming your way in a blind spot, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It could give you actual real-time warnings and stuff like that. And as Brocking in chat says, they're great, just no support. They need to be supported constantly, and no developer is willing to do that. Look at the Wii U. Look at the fucking VR Game Gear that Nintendo originally did. Anything that requires that extra little bit of development, nobody wants to do.
Yeah. I mean, as well, these days, you're saying about if Google Glass came out now, like VR itself and the power of miniaturized devices has come a long way in just the... Yep. When did Google Glass come out? 2016?
No, long before that.
Yeah.
I think I'd not long left college, so it would have been pre-2010 when it was first announced.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. It was... Oh, come here. When were you released? Release date 2013 for developers, US.
Okay. That's actually a lot later. Well, I mean, even so, that's still a decade ago.
It is actually. It's 10 years ago. Yeah.
I mean, even phones can do AR now. It's like, you should have cut down there. They should have stopped. They should at least cut down the back burner. Much like with Stadia and everything else. Like, you release it early, you're the front runner, and doing something good, but then you're banning it so easily.
Yeah.
That's why you have a graveyard site.
The Google graveyard, and actually, speaking of the graveyard, it got larger the other day because they've sacked Google Podcasts. That's moving over to the YouTube banner now, so they can do a bad job of porting it as well.
What was that headset that we talked about maybe 2 months ago? It's a giant portable virtual reality headset that's got the screen on the outside so people can still see your eyes.
You mean
you've got it on.
You mean the Apple VR headset?
Yeah. Imagine if that had been announced, and then the next day Google had gone, oh, by the way, new innovative thing to compete against that. Here's Google Glass. The first time they'd ever mentioned it, kind of thing. Looking at those two devices, I know exactly which one I'd have been going for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The marketing itself would have just been perfect for that.
Yeah, and again, with the miniaturization, they'd actually look more like a proper pair of glasses than this block of glass above one eye.
Yeah. On the reverse side of that, if you look at what Apple's doing now, the iPhone 15 Pro is effectively a game console.
Yeah.
Well, it's effectively a smashed game console. You can shatter the back casing with pressure.
Oh yeah. But the point is, if people like Sony and everything else kept up with the mobile market and they give it to Nintendo, there wouldn't be a need for Apple to come in and go, oh, look at our phone, it's going to have Resident Evil on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mobile version. No, the actual game, the full game, and the full game price is going to be on the side. It's like,
I genuinely think that mobile for the generation we live in has peaked.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants AAA games on mobiles. People want Candy Crush. They want Farmville. They want crappy little stuff they can spend 20 minutes on a bus on. Nobody wants to sit down and play Resident Evil Village in the back of a car. We did that as kids. I had Pokemon. I played it by streetlight. It's not the best memory.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember, you can also stream this over devices. So it's effectively a Switch.
You see, that's where I think it is beneficial, because if you can mirror it to your home TV and then use it as a gamepad / console, that's where it benefits. But they seem to be focusing more on the gaming on the go. Yeah, and that's not what people want at all. I've never met anybody who's excited for a mobile game.
Yeah, but the thing is, it can still do that, and that's like, yes, if you switch your advertisement, because
they need to switch their marketing strategy rather than
The biggest problem is that they're marketing games. They're not marketing any of the top level mobile games that are available that are designed for the quick pick up and put down. Like, they're marketing a massive sit down and play me for 8 hours Resident Evil game.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried playing games on my phone through the Xbox Ultimate thing, and it's
it works. It does work. I've done it myself, but I've never had a great desire while out to think, I could be doing this.
If I'm on a train for multiple hours, I've got my Switch.
I listen to a podcast or my audiobook, so I don't even do it then.
Yeah. But the thing is, as yourself and Jordan point out, you've got your Switch, you've got a Steam Deck. It's like mobile gaming is coming back again. It's more the case of it's more than just one device. Well, you're not shoehorned to everything else.
And this is the thing: it's not mobile gaming; it's hybridized gaming.
Yeah,
this is a Steam Deck. It is plugged into my PC. I've got it on my monitors. If I turn it on, my right monitor becomes my Steam Deck. I can pick up my pad; it syncs automatically, and I've got a miniature console. If I need to go to the loo, the console can come with me. If I need to go and pick up my sister in the car when it's available, I can take it with me while I'm waiting for a continue playing.
Yeah,
and it's the continue playing that they need to focus on, not the start play.
Yeah,
it was the big selling point of the Switch, which was you can play assume you can play a game on the Switch, press the power button, pick it up, put it in your bag, pick it up again on the bus or the train 5 minutes later, press the power button, continue the fight, assuming you weren't playing online.
Yeah,
it's also done something quite interesting for the industry as well, because every single game that's on Switch has to have a lock feature. So when you press the home button, that game has to freeze.
Yeah,
it cannot continue. That's a requirement of being on the Switch. And Steam Deck is now also requiring that for Steam Deck Ready.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Which means that because it's got that, it also means it's available on PC. So it's benefiting everybody, not just Steam Deck.
It's basically on-demand pause.
Yeah. Again, swinging this back to the Apple device, Apple have had the funny thing is, Apple have had this in the works, but not just in the works. I've had features like this since iOS 13. So it's like they've been building up to this reveal for the past 5-6 years. So I think it's very interesting that they've gone to the phone and not the tablet.
Yeah. And also,
I don't think that they actually care about the tablets anymore. No. They don't seem to be wanting to focus on them, which I get. I mean, I'm all for that.
Their tablets have gone from an extension of the mobile phone to a miniaturization of their laptop range. That's what's happened. They've moved them. Especially when you got like the iPad Pro 20-inch iPad or whatever the hell it actually is. It's like, what?
I mean, I obviously work in the industry, and I will tell you right now, I see a lot of throughput on tablet devices.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a tech role or in a CEO level something, you want something separate from your phone that you can just have.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, the joke, I wanted to say there's MasterCard there. For everybody else, you don't want to carry two devices. People of that level want to segregate the two things. People of my level and the casual user level, they don't want to have to carry a second device at all, ever. Nobody wants that.
No. I mean, I can also see, like, it also depends, it does depend at a work level as well on what you do. If you are a C-level exec or you're a manager and most of what you do is emails, calendar and stuff like that, an iPad or a Chromebook, as some of my people at work use, makes perfect sense. You don't need the power of a full-blown laptop. You need something you can open your emails on, reply to Billy that's having an issue, and then continue with the meeting and be able to, do a presentation from it, which an iPad does. You don't like it. It makes a lot of sense them from that perspective. It's not lower use, but it's simplified use, as it were.
Yeah, it's the same scale of usage from an Apple Watch to an iPhone.
Yeah,
you've got your phone for doing things on. You've got your watch for quick alerts, quick responses. When all you're doing is upscaling that. You've got the tablet or the Chromebook, whichever you decide to use, for the high-end stuff and your everyday lots and lots and lots. And then the phone becomes the quick response. Just I get my notifications on it. I'll maybe reply to a text. It becomes your form of instant access. It's never going to be both. No. We've proven that. Over the last 20 years, we've proven that.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I use my phone every day for stream as well, but that's because there's an app for that. Oh my God, that sentence. There's an app for that.
There's an app for not anymore. They've canned them all.
Yeah, right.
I think you'll find it's now changed to there's a paywall for that.
There's a.
Speaking of, there's no longer things like that. Do you want to talk about the current layoffs happening at Epic? No?
Oh dear.
Well, I mean, I've just posted this week's free Epic games in there, and I'm in the Discord, and I recommend you go grab them as soon as you can, because it doesn't look like they're sticking around for as long as we thought.
No. Essentially, 13% of the staff have just been let go.
Yeah.
Including people at Mediatonic. That's Fall Guys.
I think Epic have always...
I like that.
They've basically always ran on the theme of, we have Fortnite, we don't care.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Fortnite is losing the money because they've changed it twice. People are not interested in the game anymore because, again, as a phone player myself, there's no longer a story.
Yeah.
The focus is down.
Else, the other side of it is that Fortnite is now technically fully separate from Epic, so those funds are no longer shared. So Epic has to be looked at especially the launcher, has to be looked at as its own separate entity, and all they're seeing is hemorrhaging money.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see the update for it, but about a year after the free games and everything started, they announced... a year after the exclusivity started, they put out a list of all the games that they put on exclusive and how much they'd made, and only Satisfactory had earned the money. Everything else was a loss. And that's where they made the statement, we don't care, we have Fortnite. Well, that's 2 years ago now, 3 years ago now. That's a long time in an industry like this.
Yeah.
The bigger problem as well is, like, was it 13%? I mean, I want to know, actually, up until those layoffs were done, what percentage growth did they have over COVID when a lot of development houses were hiring as if there was no tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, if I dig around the internet for long enough, I can find for you. Give me 4 seconds.
But it's just. I mean, as a percentage, did they grow by 13%? And this is basically just well, that didn't pay off. Goodbye. Because
sorry, it's 16% of the workforce. It's 813 players in total.
Wow. I mean, the question there as well is, what are they in? Are they like actual game devs, or is it QA, or is it a mixture?
It's across the board.
Okay, if it's across the board, then it's just downsizing. Then it's not like
QA. There's some of the support stuff. One of the Epic promoters has gone. Mediatonic's been hit. Couple of the other dev teams have been hit up. Live on it. Again, 99% of this is down to Fortnite not producing the cash that it used to.
Yeah.
But they're saying, "Oh, don't worry, Fortnite will come back soon." Just because it takes the business model doesn't mean people are interested. Oh,
people are bored of the model. They've now got like there's only a finite though there are so many people in the world, there are only a finite number of gamers, and I think every single video gamer that isn't under the age of 10 has probably played Fortnite at some point in the last, how long has it been out for?
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
You know what? I can say I'm definitely the person who hasn't. Mm-hmm. And the reason I haven't is because when it was first announced, I pre-ordered. And I was really interested in the tower defense thing. And I really, really wanted to play it. And then when the Battle Royale dropped as a freebie, I was like, not my thing, I'll just wait. And then obviously they cancelled it. So I have never even installed that game. Despite
you never played the Save the World? You never played the pre-release?
Despite the fact that I was really excited for it and it looked like everything I wanted in a tower defense game, I have never played it.
Absolutely loved it. It was the story was hilarious, though was ongoing because it was early access. But there was hundreds of hours worth of gameplay in it just as they brought more stuff out. It was just fun to just dick around and go, I wonder if we can make this work. It was a brilliant idea. And
the thing is, it's got nothing to do with Battle Royale. About a year ago now, they started pivoting towards the creative side. As of this year, they fully pivoted to the creative side. The Battle Royale side is now considered less a part of Fortnite.
Yeah, they become Roblox.
Yeah,
they got rid of the building in it, didn't they?
Yeah,
they got rid of the building in the Battle Royale side, and that actually made it more competitive.
Game mode.
Didn't it?
No, that was a different game mode.
Okay.
They didn't get rid of it. It's still there. It's a different game mode.
Okay.
The problem is at the moment it's a two-fold situation. One, they pivoted more to the creator side, like Roblox. But the problem is, because of that, they eventually finished the storyline of Fortnite, and then pivoted that more towards ranking. The problem is, ranking is random, because when they first introduced ranking, you could do it solo and everyone was happy. But then the next season, they said, "Oh, you can only rank in duos now. That's the only way you can rank, because you want to be like Apex." And all they were doing was messing the player base around. The player base went, "No, because you're no longer interested anymore. Yeah. You no longer have the content we want. You're telling us what to enjoy, not the other way around."
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line to balance. Line to balance at that point. But I think when they started doing epic, massive level crossovers with just arbitrary things, it's just like, what? I can now go around as, I think Star Wars has done a crossover, you do all this. No, it was funny when you could go around as Fish Head and Banana Man. That was brilliant. Now everyone's Lara Croft. It's like...
Well, Ashoka was added in there 2 days ago.
Who was it, sorry?
Ashoka.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, they have a contract with Disney, so Marvel and Star Wars will turn up on a yearly basis.
You're right.
If people like me bought those skins, because again, they're good skins.
Yeah, but
the 40-year-old players will come back and buy the Star Wars and Marvel.
The cosmetics is their entire revenue stream at the moment.
Yeah,
well, that's all it ever was on the Battle Royale side. It is like what's become the acceptable microtransaction is cosmetics, non-gameplay affecting cosmetics.
But again, a lot of people went in for the story because every season there was like a weekly story event, much like Destiny.
Yeah.
So people logged in for the story updates and started speculating. The problem is, again, this is the situation I see with Destiny after the final shape. Once you move the story, you have no incentive to log in other than the grind. And the problem is, if you're only offering cosmetics and the grind, what do you do?
If the only thing you've got is either the competitive nature of the game in general, which is all that Fortnite has outside of picking up cosmetics.
Well, there's another game outside that I like to mention. It's called Diablo 4. Did the same thing.
Look at what's disappeared off the news cycle. Diablo 4, Blizzard in general.
And it's not that, and there's a bit of news around that. In China, they tried to do a competitive stream. Midway through the stream, the people promoting it got told to turn off the stream because they cancelled the tournament midway through.
Oh my god!
They only had 300 viewers. And the entirety of China, because this is supposed to be the big event for China, they had a total of 300 viewers on stream.
I've not heard that one, to be fair, but that's awesome.
Were they? I'm guessing this was a Western streaming platform.
No,
this was on
one of their streaming platforms. Promoted by Blizzard, and it was a proper, like, StarCraft level tournament they were trying to do for Diablo 4, and they cancelled it within the hour because nobody was watching.
Yeah, it's a pity. Sometimes.
I think it's a lot of it comes from the fact that COVID happened. And not for the way that people think, it's affected development, it's affected this, it's affected that. 10 years ago, gaming was a niche hobby. It was something people were genuinely looked down upon. It was seen as, that's all you do.
Yeah.
But due to things like Candy Crush and Farmville and gaming becoming more accessible, it's also become more acceptable. Then COVID hits, and the entire population has nothing to do but stay at home with a family they don't like. So, of course we all turn to games. Of course people who've never played a game in their lives, or my uncle, for example, who used to play Football Manager on occasion, but, now needed something to do. They go back to their hobbies, they find something new, and gaming was a big one for everybody.
Yeah.
But with that is an influx of people who don't understand the industry. And for us, that's a good thing, because it means that there's new ideas, there's new requests, there's new people who want new things. The bad thing for the industry is the industry doesn't want to change. The industry wants you to sell you the same product 10 times and have you pay more every time for it. They don't want new people. They don't want new things. They don't want to reach out and get the new exciting... They don't want to take a risk. But they've got to. And not taking a risk now is costing them a lot of money. Look at Epic. I mean, it's costing them a lot of money. Trying to stick to the same tactic that's worked over and over and over again no longer works because of this paradigm shift. And some people are taking it in the stride. No Man's Sky is always one I will go to. That adapts and overcomes obstacles so quickly. Stardew Valley today just announced it's getting 8-player mode. Along with 1.6 update was supposed to be a modder's paradise. He's added 100 new lines of dialogue. He's added 8-player co-op. This, that, and the other. He won't stop because he's working on another game. Yeah, even though he's working on another game.
I'm getting confused with it's not Terraria. The Space Terraria. Starbound, yeah. Space Terraria. He's
still working on that. And then you've got people like I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy who made RimWorld. During COVID, he didn't announce. Someone asked him a question, and when's your next game coming out? And he said, no, this is the game I want. I am making a game for me and selling it to make a living. I am making RimWorld until the day I die.
Yeah.
I am never stopping making RimWorld. This is the one game I am making. And that's the kind of thing that we as players want now. We want something that we can get our teeth into again. We want old school RPGs, and even the RTSs are making a comeback now, and space sims and mech games. Yeah. Things like Call of Duty and Football Manager don't cut it anymore.
No. And that's you're seeing that across the board, actually. Like how prevalent the massive storyline. The last month for massive story games. Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, just to name two of them.
I was actually saying this yesterday, day before. Baldur's Gate moved forward to avoid Starfield. It released a month early to avoid conflicting with Starfield. I genuinely wish they hadn't, because Starfield would have been kicked into the fucking curb by Baldur's Gate's release.
Oh yeah, it would have been.
Baldur's Gate would have shattered that game and broken its back, and I really wish that had happened, just to prove to Bethesda, this is what we want.
Bethesda are not the powerhouse they keep thinking they are. They never have been, to be fair.
Yeah. The thing that made it hilarious a couple of days back, somebody posted a comment to Bethesda asking them why does Starfield have a loading screen when Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't. It's seamless. It's like, yeah, the biggest game of last year is now outperforming the supposed big release of this year.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, even looking at another game that's a lot more similar and on a completely different scale of crazy, Star Citizen versus Starfield. Star Citizen, you can literally lift off from one planet, fly across the solar system, walk around your ship, and then land again seamlessly. And that's not even a finished game. There is more. Yeah, there is
3 SAS in a three SAS SAAS in a over trench coat. It's not a fucking game.
Yeah,
but yeah.
The thing that gets me is that Bethesda made this brand new engine for Starfield. The Creative Engine 2. It's built for Starfield, and yet it still has all the limitations.
It's not a new engine. It's the next version of their engine for Starfield. That was it.
It still has all the limitations Skyrim had, and it's worse because it has no map.
Yeah, and the fact that you can fast travel everywhere. What's the point in having a spaceship game that I don't ever need to step foot in a spaceship?
Yeah, it's a game that's supposed to be the main point of it is to explore, and yet it doesn't have any source to explore, and in fact, exploring the tracks from the game. So again, it confuses me, and this is the reason I stayed away from it. And Cyberpunk is dead. Cyberpunk is superior to Starfield. I can officially say that. I've been playing it. It's like,
I need to re-download
Cyberpunk. How is the game better?
I mean, CD Projekt have just done what they'd done before, which they did with all their previous games. They released, it was not amazing, or a buggy mess, or a shitstorm, depending on how you look at it. And a year later, they basically re-release it, and it's good. And I don't think the modders have already been working on Starfield to make it better. There were mods out for Starfield the same day that were quality of life improvements, and it's just like, how? Yeah,
well, like having the OSS and everything else. Like, I wonder how much AMD paid for you for the exclusivity for a week.
Yeah.
Because it was literally a week before they put it in.
Of my social group, what I call my D&D group, essentially, 3 people bought Starfield day one. I had it installed through Game Pass, and I'll be honest, I've never played it. I didn't even turn it on. I've uninstalled it because it's a Bethesda RPG that is not for me. I'm not saying good or bad; they're just not for me.
Yeah.
And the one thing that all 3 of the people who bought it in my D&D group have done is either finish Starfield one way or another or not. They have all gone and installed Skyrim. Because the one thing it made them want to do is play Skyrim.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that gets me the most about Starfield as well is, like, yes, it's on Game Pass, and that is, like, if you ever want to try play Starfield, just get a month of Game Pass and not pay the 70 quid for the base game. Yeah. Not worth the money.
Plus you have access to other games just in case you find out the game isn't for you.
Yeah, when you find out the game sucks, go install Power Wash Simulator and lose like 10 hours.
Power Wash Simulator stream when we've got Bikini Bottom to clean. Yeah?
We need to go clean Bikini Bottom. Yeah, I was just actually pulling up my Starfield playtime. Yeah, I played it on stream a couple of weeks ago on release, wasn't it? Actually, I played 4 hours. I have uninstalled it now.
The day after, because it released late at night. You and Saren both played it.
Yeah, it's just. I played it for 4 hours. If I'd bought that on Steam, I'd be pissed. Because just... Well, there was no hook. And 4 hours in, the most interesting thing I'd done was run around for one of the random scientists and picking up eggs. Egg.
But this is something from the D&D group. I can only speak to anecdotal evidence. Even the people who've gone out and played Skyrim after. One of them, he didn't get very far in Starfield, but I'm surprised he made it past the 2-hour mark. This guy refunds everything. The other two, one of them put 45 hours in, the other put 80 hours in.
Yeah.
So they definitely got their money's worth out of it as a Bethesda RPG.
Yeah.
But what they don't see is any reason to go back. Whereas the first thing they did afterwards was, God damn it, Todd, you've done it again. Go back to Skyrim.
Yeah. The thing that frustrates me the most is that I can tolerate Skyrim for its flaws because it was 10 years ago. But this was 10 years ago. And still, I go back to ESO. Elder Scrolls Online. Still a better game.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's now, almost 10 years on itself. That's done by a different company within Microsoft. And it's superior.
I mean, okay, it's I'd say it's partially unfair to compare an MMORPG to an RPG, but actually the only difference is the number of people in the game.
Yeah, no, like it literally is, because if you play if anybody out there is playing Elder Scrolls Online, you would agree with me. It's essentially just Skyrim Online, or what? It is literally Elder Scrolls Online. It's
a single player game where you can play with your friends. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean,
it shows that they know their audience.
Yeah.
I mean,
but again, this is ZeniMax Online. This is a complete separate development team and a completely separate branch of ZeniMax that developed this game. I mean, at the start they had issues, but now it's basically the go-to Elder Scrolls game to go to. It is the best Bethesda game out there, and it's not in Bethesda. Much like with Fallout New Vegas, best Fallout game out there, and it's not even done by them. Bethesda don't need to do the games anymore. They just need to sell the IP. Or Microsoft just needs to give the IPs to developers. Because Starfield, in my opinion, is a step backwards. And the problem is, this is meant to be Microsoft's leading product of this year.
Yeah.
And considering Redfall has had issues, Arcane is now very much in trouble. And now Bethesda themselves are now tried to give us Starfield, and Starfield's lukewarm. Yeah. And now we've had that leak saying we're going to get Doom this year, and new Doom's going to be announced.
That explains the meme I saw the other day. Oh God, a new Doom. I need to finish Doom 2.
We're getting Doomy 2 0.
Doomy 2 0. Doomy 3 0.
Yeah. Actually, context. During the FTC file, somebody stapled something to a legal document that shouldn't have been stapled, and everything of Microsoft and Bethesda got leaked.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oops. Yeah, it was fun. Even considering buying my Nintendo.
Yeah.
Which, when you look into it, Brock, you can confirm this for me. Did we work out that Microsoft already owns something like 10% of Nintendo? They've been buying up assets.
Oh no.
So I think the biggest investor was 17%. The biggest shareholder of Nintendo owns 17% of it. So to become a majority, they wouldn't need to buy up much.
Yeah. But again, with just like even Phil Spencer was saying the AAA community, the AAA the publisher side are eating themselves because they're relying on big AAA releases that are pushed and marketed to hell and then monetized to hell, and people aren't picking them up because they're not worth getting.
No.
And this is before companies decide to up the price, because in Capcom and I'm sitting outside, our games are too cheap, but some of them are too cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of, like, with Starfield, there's like certain games you can look at and go, as from especially on a AAA pile, and go, they pushed this boundary, or this was such a groundbreaking thing, and I look at Starfield and I go, the shipbuilding was probably interesting. That's all I can say for Starfield. Like, I've heard the main storyline is lackluster. I've seen most of it. I know how it ends, and that all the side missions are actually the major side missions, like the faction side missions, are really good. And it's just like, what? And then there's all, it's just, and then there's all like the problems of like the UI, like the as Droid said earlier, he won't play it without the
inventory mod.
Inventory mod, yeah,
because I've seen it.
Which was out within a day.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, that's just Bethesda. I mean, every single person who plays Skyrim, they always have the mod they can't play without, or they're trying out new mods. And to be fair, Space Engineers, RimWorld, they're all the same. Hell, I jokingly said the other day, I can't play Dawn of War without the camera zoom mod. It's just not playable. Some games are like that, but with Bethesda, it seems that the mods define the game, not the other way around. Everybody wants to just put things in the world because the world is great, but the game is
nice. It's a nice big empty canvas to put Thomas the Tank Engine on the main robot. I've forgotten the name of already.
And that's what Starfield feels like. Yeah. That they've got 1,001 planets just so that they could say we've got over 1,000 planets.
Yeah.
99% of them are empty. You only go to 6th during the main story or something like that. But that leaves 9,990
odd
one planet of 90 something planets for modders to build on.
But to put the fine point on it, these mods we're talking about are not new mods. They're all mods from Skyrim. That's just been ported over. That
doesn't matter because that just shows that the modders know what people want, which is Skyrim in space.
But the thing that makes it even worse is that Starfield to me is not a Starfield. It's just ideas from the game, over space game, and just put together. Because shipbuilding, you can do that spaceship.
Yeah.
The exploration side or the base building, No Man's Sky. The storyline, any generic RPG.
I mean,
combat.
They had such a opportunity to take all those things and make them into something cohesive and awesome. And what have they done? They've taken those 6 things. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I'd love to see the alternate timeline where on the day that Starfield was released, it was actually announced. The game was ready to go, and they said it'll be out in a year. And then all of that time was dedicated to the dev teams being given their own little planets and their own little projects, and they just had a year to fill out the universe. The game is ready. It is playable. It is ready to go. We can ship it today, but now we want to spend a year just building a universe. Because in a year's time, that game could be amazing. It could be everything we wanted, but it isn't. And I guarantee most of that is shareholders saying we need a game out by this date.
Mm-hmm.
We want this idea with this and this and this in, and we'll take no other answer but yes tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's...
And it happens to every company. I mean, look at Square Enix. As much as I'm a massive Final Fantasy fanboy, they're doing well with Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy Rebirth's been announced. It's going to be 3-month exclusive to PS5. We've got Final Fantasy Ever Crisis coming out on PC as well as mobile soon.
I'm actually waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about the mobile version. That's put me off enough to wait for PC, so that's fine. But that's the side that the public sees. What everybody doesn't see is, holy shit, have they just sold a lot of IPs? And it's all IPs, Marvel. Marvel's Avengers is going off of sale at the end of this month and will never be purchasable again. If you want to play that game, buy it now on Steam for $2.99, because after this month, you ain't ever buying it again. It is going off of sale. They are removing it from purchase. And they've got Tomb Raider, which has been a failure recently. They've been sat on Legacy of Kain for the longest time. They've got Just Cause and Hitman. All of these franchises have now been given to somebody else because Square Enix have looked at their own situation and gone, we don't trust ourselves. We thought we knew what we were doing. Layer Base has said otherwise. We need to cut our losses and focus on what we know.
Yeah.
And while that is a massive loss for them, that's a good thing because now they can get back to doing what they do best and give the games like Blood Omen to people who want to develop it, who want to make something good out of it. To them, it's not a risk; it's a passion project. And that's what the industry needs. We need people to stop hoarding IPs because it might be big one day.
However, to extend that further, all those IPs got sold in Base Group. Base Group are currently hemorrhaging money and are looking to sell off their company.
Yeah.
Because
they've tried growing too fast for their own boots, and
unfortunately, one of the $2 billion deals fell through, and then are looking to sell up. a lot of companies, including Gearbox.
But again, that's the opposite side of the same coin, because now it means that those franchises are going to go to people who want them. Not people that feel they need
go
to
to somebody and not just dissolve though, because that's what's also this is a really odd situation as well these days, because everything's gone onto online distribution. Like I've got a pile of discs over there that if I wanted to, I could just install them and just not update them and play them. On a lot of games, there's 1 or 2 games that are online only that I've got up there, which is kind of a but never mind. But like the Marvel game that's going away, how long's that been out for? 3 years?
2 years.
Yeah,
2 years. 2 years.
2 years. It's utterly mad that a game that is a modern game is never to be seen again. Like it's happening to all sorts of things, like anything that was on the Wii Net store or the 3DS web online store, or the Xbox 360 store is dead now. I can't remember. Or is that the end of the year? I can never remember exactly when. There's so many games that are gone. Are never going to be seen again because the original publisher's dead, and the download on Xbox, for example, was the only way to get said game. You know, there's been re-releases for some of them, but
again, it's not just games now; it's television.
Oh yeah, TV as well. It's just utterly insane.
I mean, look at Disney. We're removing anything we deem to be adult, i.e. non-child friendly. No, we will not be putting it anywhere else. No, you cannot get it anywhere but here. They are just removing content to be completely blacklisted.
Or screw the creators because we've decided to write off the entire series as tax loss. No, the creator has no rights to the product anymore. No, they can't sell it without our permission.
Yeah.
Final space.
There is some interesting information about on that front. The writer strike's over.
Yay!
They accepted the first deal, which means it must have been a hell of a deal. We know a little bit about it, but not enough to be able to say categorically.
However, can I put the bot on that? The film and TV writer strikes over. The gaming side, still a question mark.
The voice actors, yes, they still need to work with something, and I really hope the writers back them up, because obviously the VA's backed up the writers. So
it's gonna. The thing is, the writers' strike coming off means that every subsequent strike and group in those industries is gonna like either who have been on strike gonna go, well, they've managed to get a decent offer, and all the subsequent ones that didn't bother striking are going, ooh, but maybe we could have actually and it's going to it's good. It's going to steamroll. People are finally going to get paid what they're worth.
No.
Hopefully. They're going to get paid more closer to what they're worth.
The rumour is a 5% increase at the moment. Again, we can't confirm anything. That still is not worth it for them, especially for syndicated writers. Syndicated TV show writers. That is not worth it.
5% doesn't even cover inflation in the UK over the last year, so...
At least they've made a stand, and that gives them a precedent now to keep doing it, which I hope. And I hope more people do. Join your local unions. Do it.
Yeah.
Well, as some king of segues, speaking of paying to earth, do you want to talk about what happened to Caedes?
I missed that segue. What? Speaking of
what? Speaking of being paid what you're worth, do you want to talk about what happened today?
Yes.
Broken streamers. Yes.
A gentleman we've had on the podcast before, who
friend of the podcast, yes.
We brought him on to talk about speedrunning, and then me and him got a bit geeky about tech, and we never talked about speedrunning. He's been doing this is Argic, and he's been doing something he's done a couple of times in the past, which is called Super Play September, where he takes every single Sonic game, and every single mainline Sonic game, to be fair, and then plays them in release order. He's on day 20 today. Was his stream today? I think something like that. Says he does it as a personal. Please give me money so I can keep streaming as a full-time job, which I approve of. You should definitely be doing that because he's an amazing streamer.
Yeah, he is actually a full-time streamer as well. He left his job at the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year?
Yes. Well,
a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. Jeez.
year and a half ago, 2 years.
Yeah.
So he set a goal of 2,000, which he was thinking was a bit of a pipe dream.
No, 500. His goal was 500.
Day one that showed 2,000 on my side. But either way, he set it very low.
Yeah.
His current donations are at just over £3,000, which is $3,500 roughly. And today, which is now the start of September on Twitch, I think, where you get 25% off all gifted subs, they took him from 416 to 500 to 1,600 subscriptions.
Yeah,
and they broke the boy.
Yeah,
the man broke down in tears. His camera stopped working, and he couldn't even race on Sonic anymore because he got literally over 1,000 subs today.
Yeah, so
the Twitch community is awesome.
Yeah, the Twitch community basically friendship, MK friendship finished.
Yeah. It was a full on. Yeah, no, we're taking you down.
I hope.
Yeah.
The friendship cannon was loaded, fired, reloaded, fired, and is running so hot that if they fire it again, it's going to break.
Essentially, the way I put it is essentially he's covered for the year. If he spends as he normally spends, he's covered for the year. However, he's also covered for 6 months and to go to GDQ himself if he's got the option. However, that was before Caedes pointed out his
that was just on subs. He can now run his stream safely for the year just on the subs he got. And I was like, you're not taking donations into account there. He's basically got like 4 years worth of stream funds.
Yeah, then his face just cracked.
Yeah.
I think that's he's finally realised quite what his community and the extended community around Sonic speedrunning and stuff has done for him there. It is just
Huds is currently having a breakdown himself.
Yeah. Is he having another one?
Then they went and did it to Huds and Tim.
Yeah.
So they broke 3 streamers today. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, Huds last night, I got a ping from his Discord, and he'd had 561 subs dropped on him in short order. He started his stream today, and it took him 20 minutes to get started on the game because he got another like 200 subs. People be gifting crazy.
It's amazing that we live in a social era where kindness of this level exists alongside the horrible stuff that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just another case of confirmation bias where because the internet allows access to all, we just see more of it, or if it is genuinely a thing that is started to happen because of the internet. Well, you guys are far too kind.
Yeah.
You're all crazy.
Again, this is the reason why I want to bring it up, because essentially this entire year, every single time I look at the news or gaming in general, it's gone, yeah, we got good points, but the rest is on fire. We're just barely getting afloat, and then you see stuff like that with ARG. It's like, this is what gaming actually is. It's not the industry on fire. It's just that there's a small part of the industry on fire, but everything else has been buried underneath it, and all the good stuff is coming to stop again.
It's a very visible minority of the time that we spend gaming is actually bad. What's bad for you may not be bad for somebody else. Again, I don't like Bethesda games, but people have enjoyed them. Brought 80 hours into it. What's bad for one is not for another.
Yeah.
But you can easily look at any. I mean, you go down any gaming news site and it's just chaos, broken. Counter-Strike 2 cheaters. We're coming for you and we're taking your teammates with us, with you. If you're found cheating and you're constantly teamed up with the same person through lobbies, the person's in your lobby is going to be banned with you for helping you cheat. It's a horrible industry to look at on the face of it. This has been changed. That's been delayed. We've cancelled this. AI is taking over. Phil Spencer's been a dick yet again.
Colour me surprised.
You've got to look at it and look, actually, no, there's awesome people out there.
Yeah.
And there really is. I mean, in this case, there's thousands of them.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is as well with with things going wrong in like massively multiplayer, massively competitive games like Counter-Strike 2, has literally come out yesterday. And various other ones.
Yeah.
There's the biggest problem with them is that the competitive nature is underlaid by the fact that the cheating is underlaid by the fact that them cheating is actually undermining their income because of like whatever the leveling and giveaway item is. You know, like the if you get so many kills or you get so much XP outside of the game, you get another loot box, and that's actually undermining their bottom line, which is like even crazier. You know, you don't get that in other games. You only get that in competitive, possibly free to play games like Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, Fortnite, so on and so forth. Genshin. Yeah, Genshin I think have a very good lockdown on that. I don't know if you can cheat your way into that sort of more gacha. But I don't think they also they get so much money anyway. So
I think they announced the other day they'd banned 500,000 people.
Wow.
It's rife.
So 500,000 accounts, not necessarily people. I mean, email addresses are cheap.
But again, for good news and because I like I'm post a photo in the stream chat, so we can see what Ark's been up to and how generous people have been.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's been fascinating to watch him go from what I remember as Sonic 1 through to games I've never even heard of, like Sonic and the Black Knight. And I'm sorry, why is Sonic Arthur now? To watch somebody who not only plays them but plays them well, and also is so clearly, I mean, he makes his career out of it, so he's clearly a fan, but not just a fanboy. Go in and look at even the games like Sonic Unleashed, which nobody likes playing because of X, Y, and Z, and then this game, which is bad because people thought it was something else, and to watch somebody play it who thoroughly enjoys it makes them so much more interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
highly recommend it.
This is the game list of ones he's played so far. I mean, I'm annoyed that I managed to miss what the Sonic games I own that I've not managed to play of Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3. I need to go back and catch those streams, but
I will say,
I never had the chance to do that.
This morning's was Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. That list's 2 behind because he's so broken and needed to have some food before he raided tonight that he hasn't even updated that yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was posted. That was actually posted yesterday at midnight. Like, just
it's.
Wow.
I mean, he put a joke goal on there to play. Was it Sonic High School or something? It's not one I've heard of.
It's Sonic Schoolyard. It's basically a very, very tacky educational game.
Right. Okay.
You know, Mario teaches typing and Mario's missing.
Okay. That kind of stuff.
It's that worse. It's levels of junk.
Well, he put that on as a sub goal of 1,000 subs, and in brackets next to it put lol because he knew he was never going to achieve that. Now he's got to play Sonic Schoolyard.
Yeah. They've blown through every single goal.
He has no incentives left.
Yeah.
He has to come up with some new ones.
I think all his incentives had gone by like day 3.
Most of them had. A lot of them were still running. There was one that still required 190 quid or something like that today. Today blew them all out. There is no incentives left.
No, he's just like, well, you buggers, I guess. Yeah. No, I mean, I fucking well done to Arg for love, like. I look at how much he loves Sonic, and I'm like, I wish I could find a game, even just a single game or like a run of games that I loved that much. At the moment, I'm having issues.
For me,
with
it's
that
Final
sort of
Fantasy, but the main problem with Final Fantasy is you can't do. I couldn't play even in my 24 days off. I couldn't dedicate a month to Final Fantasy.
No, you dedicated a year to it.
I said, I dedicated 6 months to 6 games.
Yeah.
You see genuine like speedrun tournaments and stuff, and once a year there is a group of people who run Final Fantasy 1 through current, essentially.
Yeah.
And it takes them 2 months. And these are people who dedicate their lives to speedrunning this game, and it takes them 2 months.
Yeah.
Even as a relay, it's not. You can't do it with some games.
No, I mean, you look at. I've been playing through the Zelda games. I'm on game. Of ones I've completed, I'm on game 5, I think.
Yeah, 5.
And I skipped 2 of them, basically.
You're on 1997.
Yeah, I'm at 1997. I'm doing Like, I need to be streaming full time to be able to do the things I want to do on the gaming side. And this is games I've missed playing when they first came out. Like, not even talking about all the games that that are relatively recent that I want to finish. I want to go back to Cyberpunk, as I've said earlier. I want to finish going through Elden Ring. Lies of P looks absolutely amazing.
Which Floyd messaged me about earlier, and I don't know if he's seen the response, but is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Brand new Souls-like that everybody... I mean, the ADEF was the one who said it, and I think can't relate to this hard enough. Nobody asked for a Pinocchio game. Nobody asked. Nobody was sat there going, you know what we really need? A Pinocchio game. And you know what? Just to make it perfect, it should be one of the hardest motherfucking Souls-likes you've ever seen in your goddamn life.
Oh, God, that fight he was doing last night.
And yet somehow, absolute banger.
Yeah. What was it? The fight with the thing with the spinny mace.
The one with the top hat who looked like
an orb, and then turned into a thing. Like, I looked away.
Glow.
Big, he glowed.
Story spoilers say no more. Story spoilers say no more.
No, that's all I want. All I'll say for the is I was watching him during that after I got home yesterday. Went to sort out some food, sorted out food, came back, went upstairs, did a load of other things, came back. He was still fighting it an hour later. I was like, what the fuck is this?
He set a channel bet to see. He'd already been had 2 or 3 attempts, and then he put a poll up for channel points to see if he would beat it within the hour. It took him just 50 minutes to beat that thing. Very good.
I've yet to play it, but apparently you can actually dismember them as well, so you can actually cut off their arms and everything so they have no weapons.
I haven't seen that, but would believe it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
you can actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just flailing around trying to kill you, and you perfectly parried that well. You've actually got the weapon. So honestly, I was like, I want this. The thing is, I had it on Game Pass, and I thought, I'm not going to do this. I'm actually going to buy the game and have the money because it looks like a game that I would play and they're ages.
I did that with Sea of Stars. I installed it on Game Pass when pre-installed it, and then when it released, went, you know what? I am going to put the hours in on this. I know I am. Here's the money. Take it, and bought it on Steam.
Yeah, I mean, we did Echoes and Lies of P. 3 games on Game Pass that I will be buying outright.
Yeah,
because the quality is there. And when people say Game Pass is not worth it, it is worth it. It's the best rental service going because I bought so many games because of them.
Yeah, I mean, I still have
a load of games. You get out of Game Pass what you put into it. I mean, just looking at the recently added Phoenix Wright 8 Attorney Collection, Lies of P, Solar Ash, Spiritfarer, Farewell Edition, Starfield, Greece, and Call of the Wild. That's just the first page of recently added, and Sea of Stars has been knocked off that by 1. If there isn't 100 hours of gameplay in there for you, why are you a gamer? That is every genre of game other than racing and building.
Yeah, like you've got your chill in Spirit. You've got your chill in Spiritfarer and Gris. You've got your massive RPG in
Sea of Stars and
Starfield. You've got your random side sports game in Call of the Wild: The Angler. It's a fishing game. You've got your ultra hard game in Lies of P, and probably Solar Ash as well. Actually, you've got your
on there. Everspace 2's on there. I mean, you can get 100 hours out of Everspace 2.
I mean, you've got. I mean, and if you're into driving games, you have to go back a fair way. Forza Horizon 5's on there. Like I've put. I don't even know how many hours I've put into this game. I've put at least 2 days into that game.
You've got co-op games. You've got League of Legends. You've got party games, City Skylines. Genuine. This is something I've said a couple of times this year. If you cannot find 5 games to play that released this year, you are not looking hard enough. Yeah. Because they are there. No, I don't care what genre you love. If you like racing, if you like flight sims, if you like mechs, RTS, sports games, or Dark Souls, there are 5 games for you this year. Yeah. There will be somewhere out there 5 games for you to play.
And it's not like you haven't finished releasing them because Cocoons has been reviewed, and that's basically almost the evening in itself.
Yeah.
Because if you remember Cocoons, that one where you're rolling on a ball, it happens to be a wall that you jump in to roll on another ball and jump out of.
I don't recall that one.
Yeah. that was part of opening, not opening up. The one before that. Can't remember the other Jeff one, but we watched that. Right? You need to play this.
Yeah.
The reviews have come out near enough 9s and 10. So it's another game that I got to look at. And
if you want to lose yourself in a game, there are 2 games on there that are literally multi-100,000-hour games. Minecraft and No Man's Sky are on Game Pass.
League of Legends. Also
League of Legends as well. Well, League of Legends is thankfully free anyway.
But you get a lot of extras and skins and bonus stuff with the Game Pass version, which you get. I think, if I remember rightly, you get access to all characters from the get-go as well, except the latest couple. So you don't need to worry about unlocking people and just playing the freebies. So even League of Legends is made better with Game Pass. Yeah, and I mean, we're going to have to wrap up because we're already 20 minutes over, but we haven't even got a chance to talk about, Mortal Kombat's bugs that have come out recently.
Do you want to quickly talk about Mortal Kombat?
Okay, I mean,
hilarious.
A brief overview. Basically, if you are player 1, both locally and online in Mortal Kombat 1, the new one, there are some combos that the hitbox does not connect in certain things. So no matter which, if you're on the left of the screen, the right of the screen, if you are player 1, the combo works. If you are player 2, the combo does not work.
Oh no.
And everybody's saying, oh my god, player 1 advantage, oh my god, player 1 advantage. I've been playing NetherRealm games since Mortal Kombat 2. I know this company relatively well. Stop calling it a player 1 advantage. It's a player 2 disadvantage. If you call it a player 1 advantage, they will go, hey, we fixed it. The combo doesn't land on player 1 either now.
Yeah.
They will nerf. Stop it. It's a disadvantage for player 2, not an advantage for player 1. Don't make them nerf it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, also to briefly skip over it because it's big news, but nothing much we can do about it. Jim Ryan of a PlayStation and Sony Interactive Entertainment is stepping down the watch.
Bye, Jim. You will not be missed.
Nope.
Basically,
After 28 years of driving Sony into the ground, he's leaving. Wait, no, hang on.
30 years, apparently.
You will not be missed because I never fucking miss.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad.
Oof. Actually, at 30 years, that means he saw in the PlayStation 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been. The thing is, is more notorious than what he's done recently. He's effectively closed all of Sony Japan. So PlayStation Japan gone. That's completely gone. And he did the world tour this year, trying to convince everybody in the world to not sell COD to Microsoft, which is going through now.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Microsoft owns COD.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. The British body CB. Can't remember the actual acronym now. Tentatively said yes to the buyout.
They've agreed that They've agreed that the cloud gaming rights need to be separate, and as long as Microsoft do that, they have no objection. So they basically sold it to Ubisoft or something.
The officially sold the officially sold the cloud gaming rights in the UK to Ubisoft.
I mean, that was for me.
Yeah.
Dangled bait that worked well for Microsoft. They don't give a crap about cloud gaming. They never have.
No.
But because they made a big fuss about it, everyone's made that the focus, and then they've thrown that tiny little shrimp over to Ubisoft, who will run it into the ground and kill it, to the point where Microsoft can then say, we have to have control of this back because we can't trust other companies.
Well, it's cloud. It's also cloud gaming in that level, but what Sony probably don't realize in going for that, in enforcing that, is Microsoft's cloud gaming is literally an Xbox Series whatever in a server rack. It's not cloud gaming. Yeah. It's a dedicated box.
No, but that's the big one that they did, and if you look at it deeper, Microsoft the winner of look, they lost the rights to have management over what platform gets what in the UK. Oh, look, we just got King.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody's been talking about King. It's like
No one cares about King.
It's a massive chunk of the mobile market.
And no one cares about mobile gaming. Proven by Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah, but the thing is, King put in a lot of money for Activision Blizzard.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest earners.
Yeah. And the thing is...
This is kind of my point, that they've basically gone, here is this entire buffet that we have access to. Oh, no, we don't want to lose this one single shrimp. We couldn't possibly risk losing that. Oh, okay, I guess we'll give it up. And the rest's been ignored.
Yeah.
And to put a final point on this, Chris Madsen has now been made creative director of the Warcraft team again.
So the one who did a load of good work for Warcraft is now back doing Warcraft.
He retired after 23 years. 5 years into retirement, came back as a consultant and has been brought to creative director again to work on a Warcraft project. No one knows what this is, but it involves music. However, people are suspecting Warcraft Mobile.
Ugh.
Which will make them a killing. Microsoft's killing.
It'll make a killing. It will make a killing.
It will make, especially in the market that currently Activision don't have, China, which Microsoft do.
Yeah.
You can see the dominoes start to fall into place now, and you can see what's happening. And everyone's going, but COD. There's like,
we don't care about COD.
Yeah,
scream about COD all you like. Just you've ignored. You've screamed about the mouse, and the elephant has just walked past.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. Like I say, there's an entire buffet, and everyone's mithering about a sandwich.
Yeah,
it's been brilliant. It genuinely. I've been jokingly calling this my soap opera all year. Every week there's been a new episode, and it's been fucking brilliant.
Because all that's going to happen is all these games appear on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the short term, and by short term I mean like next couple of years. Every single Blizzard game that doesn't have any major like sellability, I could see Diablo 4 base game being on Game Pass. 100%.
Yeah.
100% see it free on Game Pass, because especially after how badly it's flopped.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's some bad news and the Christmas stuff. Apparently, a few staff of Hearthstone have been let go as well. So Hearthstone's not doing that well currently.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Hearthstone killed my TCG. I don't give a crap. Die.
Yeah. However, that said, there's been rumblings that the esports department being rehired again with Microsoft. We're not quite sure yet.
Heart of the Storm, anybody? Please?
Yes. Who's the story, mate?
Please.
Well, there's Heart of the Swarm and Heroes of the Storm. Which one are you referring to?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Moon Portal or StarCraft 2.
This has always been my big thing. They've got League of Legends on Game Pass now. Bring Heroes of the Storm over to Game Pass. Integrate in Microsoft characters. You've got Crash Bandicoot. You've got Spyro. You've got Master Chief. You know, Master Chief for a skin for Raiden.
You got Doom Guy. You got Doom Guy. You got there's literally any Bethesda character you can think of.
Even the characters who have a character that is identical to them, Master Chief and Doom Guy, they're the same person. Stick them as a skin for Jim Raynor. That's a sellout right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can run around as Jim Raynor, voiced by Master Chief and looking like his green armor. Sold.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, hell, they've got
Spyro the Dragon as a skin for
Deathwing.
Deathwing, thank you. The giant Spyro flying around. Yeah, I'll pay for that. That's £4. I'll take it.
Yeah, they could make an absolute killing.
Next year is going to be very interesting.
Scorpion skin for Sergeant Hammer. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you've been noticed. We've gone over.
A little bit over.
Well.
we did say this one was going to be a bit ranty, to be fair.
A little bit.
Well, you did put being Caedes there, so the fans.
I did say at the beginning of the podcast, I'm just going to be sat in the corner, just nodding along, aren't I? Yep. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Square Enix, and Microsoft news. That's the wheelhouse for me and Kremlik.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you wonder why we got together to do podcasts and chat shit, you know. Anyway, right, who wants to go first?
That needs to be the title of the next one. Do podcasts, chat shit.
Yeah. I go
Someone
first.
write it down.
Just say I exist. There you go.
There we go.
I go first. I exist. I'm I'm Kremlik. I'm the guy that would screams at them in the background saying do stuff. That's all I do. I will have an official business card that says all this, and it will be official because that's my job. That's my job. So yeah.
You'll say official, badly spelled.
Yeah. Yeah. Caedes, go.
Bye then. No, I am Caedes. I unfortunately haven't been streaming much recently due to real life, but as you have heard previously, I now have 24 days off, so the streams will be back over on Twitch. One of the projects I'm hoping to get majorly started and progressed throughout this time is a standalone D&D spin-off, which works in the Monster Hunter universe, so hopefully we'll have some news for you in October about that, which will be a nice little... We've played a couple of playtests on it so far, and it's looking interesting enough to keep going. So hopefully that'll be up and running for the community to play soon. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get across and actually meet up with people once my car's driving.
Yeah.
But, other than that, I should hopefully be back streaming maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday, depending which day things go. One of the two, probably. And yeah, Sliver.
Yep. I'm TBSliver, and yeah, apart from at the moment random times.
I have to stop you right there. Sorry, bastard. Get here. Where are you? I can see you in chat.
I'm guessing he's sick as a dog. Yes, you've derailed me. Well done.
Good.
Yeah. So apart
What
from
are you doing? Yeah.
apart from times when due to new job, I'm basically socializing with the new. Oh my god, he's here.
Any news this week, Sari? Come on, give us the load.
I'm just going to go back to the talking one and give up on my outro.
Start the podcast again. Let's go.
Yep.
Sick as all fuck is what's going on.
Well, hopefully you feel better soon, my friend.
Yeah, we'll see. Sorry, Sliver, I didn't mean to derail you, but Caedes yelled at me. I don't like getting yelled at.
Yeah, it's fine. This podcast has just gone to shit.
Chaos controls. Right, go on, let's finish up. Let's get out of here.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm
Broken
Sliver stream. I'm TBSliver and I stream games. There we go, done. I've just started getting into speedrunning, so come join me for that. And also tomorrow, hopefully, we're back to Ocarina of Time as I play through all the Zelda stuff, assuming nothing else comes up. Yeah.
But no short play.
No short play this month. Well, I might do it the first weekend next month, just to bring it back in, because I do actually really enjoy short play.
Yes. Go to the Discord. We'll update everything there. You will you'll find everything.
Yes. And other than that, we've been Broken Respawn. Come back, find us in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully Saren's alive.
Yes.
Or more alive.
Thank you very much for joining us. You've made a happy man feel very old.
Short
I'll be a happy man. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining. We'll catch you again. See you later.
Good night, folks.